Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be installing the ginger spice wig that we made in the last video. Today's client is a little bit lighter than what my lace is, but this is the only color lace that my vendor had in stock, and she really needed a wig, so we just went with it and I made it work. It is going to be installed with the glue down in the front and it's sewn down in the back. To start, what I did was I braided her hair. I parted her hair straight down the middle, and I did an anchor braid in the very back so that I can sew the hair to the braid back there. I did flat braid straight back. I parted it straight down the middle so that it will be flat when I parted the wig in the middle, so there's not a hump right there. I think I did like maybe 6 braids on each side, 5 braids on each side, so that way it can be as flat as possible. I know y'all probably seen a snippet at the beginning of the video. My light keep trying to kill my client. That's like the third person his light tried to fall on. But I've finished braiding her hair down now, and I did the braid straight to the back. I did end up doing 6 braids on each side to make sure that it was extremely flat. Next thing I did was I sprayed her edges with the Got To Be Free spray, and then I brushed it back to make sure that it was as flat when I laid the cap down. I know y'all couldn't see that process, but it will be seen in another video coming soon. I think it will be in the next couple days. The next thing I did was I put the cap on her head and I cut her ears out so that way it can be as flat as possible on the sides of her ear tabs. I put some Got To Be gel on top of that so that it can mold down, and sprayed it with some Got To Be spray and put her under the dryer for like 20 minutes so that it can dry. And then I'm now cutting the lace that's on the cap that comes with the cap off so that I can lay the frontal on. I'm using some Ruby Kisses, and I think number 12, so that it can match her skin tone. And I'm putting it on her cap, and I'm putting it on the lace too. You just couldn't see that. I laid the wig on her head, and I'm measuring it just to be sure that everything fits. I'm having her hold the sides in a second so that it can. But first I'm gonna cut the lace off. When you cut the lace off, you want to make sure that you cut it as close to the skin as possible, as close to the hairline as possible. But make sure not to cut your client, because if you do, it will bleed and it will get in the lace and it will show. Just be careful and make sure that you don't cut your client. Just get as close as you possibly can. And if you did the ball cap method properly, then it won't like fold up when you're doing it. After that, I used a towel and some 90% rubbing alcohol and rubbed her hairline and got the makeup and excess oil that was off of her hairline so that the lace could stick with the glue. I put the wig on and I adjusted it to the right area it needed to be in, and peeled the lace back so I could put the glue on. The glue I'm using is a Ghost Bond glue. I did 3 layers. In between each layer, I let them dry clear so they would not get like clumpy. I think I did 3 layers. I may have done 4, but I believe I did 3 layers. In between each layer though, I clean off my comb that I'm using to spread the glue out and the tip of the glue, just so that it does not get like too tacky and wouldn't stick or like peel the glue or the cap up when trying to reapply or add another layer to the glue, because it can do that and it will cause the lace to not lay right if it's not properly applied. Once I'm done with the last layer of glue, I'm going to use a blow dryer so I can make sure it's clear and as tacky as it can possibly get. That'll be sure, so once I lay my lace down, it'll melt properly. When I'm laying the lace, I align the middle of the lace to the middle of the head first, and then I place it with a comb and press it into place, and then have the client hold the lace there with their hand but not touching the glue. Then I do the same thing for each side, and then once I finish one side though, I have them let go of the middle of the lace and then lay that down and hold either sides of the lace with their hands on each side by their ears, and just make sure that it's all in place. Then I cut the ear tabs out and make sure that each part of the lace is laying down right, so that they can have the option to pull it up into a high ponytail at the top if they wanted to. Once the lace is in place, I use Got To Be Free spray to get extra melt once I tie it down. I clip the top of the hair with the clip, and then I just use an elastic band and tie down the lace in place. And I kind of tie it really tight just so that it can get extra melted to the scalp, and I let it sit for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then I pull it off. Once I get ready to pull it off, I cut the lace as close as I can to the hairline. This is where we're talking about at the beginning when I said the lace was a little bit darker than what my client was, but I made it work. You can't 100% tell. You could tell, but you can't 100% tell because of the way that I melted it and then the makeup I used also. Right here, it was a little piece that was lifted, so I used a little bit of the glue to lay that back down. I let it get tacky and I didn't lay it immediately. I laid that back down with a comb. Right here, I'm doing the baby hairs. For my baby hairs, I use Eco Styler gel because it does not have alcohol in it and it lets it sit. Like, it allows it to melt not necessarily melt, but it allows to lay the baby hairs better than like with mousse or anything, because most mousses have alcohol in it, so it causes it to lift eventually. Right here, what I'm doing is I'm parting from the back of the wig and I'm sewing it down to that anchor braid that I put in the foundation so that it can be more secure to her head. Deciding how she wanted it styled, if she wanted it in the middle part or a side part. After I did this, I wrapped a black wrap around her edges, but she left before I was able to finish. I was so sad I didn't get to recurl or straighten this look for this final reveal of the install of this wig. It's still curled from when I did the curls in the video for the how to make the wig video, but it wasn't curled like I wanted it to be or straightened like I wanted it to be, but that's fine. It still came out really, really pretty. But that is it for this video, you guys. Thank you so, so much for watching. I appreciate every last one of you guys for watching and getting to this point. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Let us know how you think this look turned out. And if you have not already subscribed, liked, or turned on your notification bells, you should do so that you can be notified when we post.